We are down at Paultons Park, which is just outside of Southampton. It's a little amusement park, so we're going to go in and we're going to see how good the rides are for accessibility. Let's go! When you get here, you will be met with all this disabled parking, which is fantastic, right next to the entrance. So you may have seen that our last trip to an English theme park was not very successful. Check this video out here. It was when we went to Chessington. This is our third time at Paultons Park, and we have found it to be fantastic for people with disabilities. You can't buy tickets on the door, you do have to book online, so we're just waiting to go inside now.
Jim, you're going to tear up like nothing's ever right.
No, it's not quite Disney. No, but we're going to have some fun.
It's because it was Disney.
It's great to see that they've got changing places here for disabled people, but there are also disabled toilets dotted all over the park as well. It's just like Main Street. Except
If they actually had people dancing and stuff in here, it would be like this.
it would be like Main Street, wouldn't it? So this is where you need to come for your queue assist pass if you qualify for one. It's the First Aid and Lost Children Centre on Show Street.
Mummy, is that a real door?
I'll explain it to you.
You can go on the rise that you can go on as many times as you like. So if you just go up to the exit, leave your chair by the exit if you can, and then they can just let you on like that, so you don't actually need a rest stand.
Okay.
How did that go?
Well, that was interesting. She said because I'm in a chair and I've got like a visible disability, I just go up to the exit of the ride and speak to the ride operator to see if I can get on the ride and whether my disability is suitable to access that ride. Last time I was here, we were able to get on nearly every ride, which is why we came back here today. Now, when it comes to people with invisible disabilities, you need to have a little letter or something stating from your GP or doctor or specialist stating why you can't queue. They don't accept Blue Badge, and importantly, they don't accept DLA or PIP, which I find very interesting because I've never come across that.
Wait, so if I get lost, I go in there? The house or something?
Or you can call me with your phone because you're old.
I don't have Wait, so if I get lost, I go in there? The house.
Okay, so this is the entrance to Critter Creek and the entrance to the Caterpillar ride. But if you're disabled and you have the queue assist pass, then you go to the exit of the rides, which is round the other side by the photo kiosk. Right, we've got here early, but the queues are already starting to form. 3. Thanks so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so here we are. We're at the exit to the ride, and they're nicely marked out and simple to read. Clear instructions, which is what I like to see. So we'll just wait here, and then the next go is our go. Okay, so here we are. This is the first ride of the day, and as you can see, we've got a few gates to contend with when entering the ride. They're obviously there for safety reasons, but they are quite heavy, and we were lucky that we had Daisy with us. Also, going up this steep slope was quite tricky. Luckily, I had Sean to push me, and the exit is very narrow as well. Now, coming up to the ride, I was able to bring my wheelchair straight up to it, which was great to do the transfer. But as you can see, There's no fold away door like in Disney, so I had to contend with that. So it's not the easiest, and it was quite low down, but it was manageable. Getting in is easy because gravity is on our side, but getting up is going to be hard. And this is a bit weird. Your legs.
You look like a clown. No, you have to put your legs like that. You have to put your legs like
Hold them.
that.
Yeah. Like that.
No, you back! Ow! That hurt.
That was better than last time on
Just gonna wait for everyone to get off, and then Sean's gonna get my wheelchair. Just there. So that's good. I think I'm gonna get one leg out, one leg on there. Get Sean. One leg out, one leg on there. Get Sean. And we're in. So here you can get a sense of how steep it is, I hope, and also how narrow the exit is. So something to bear in mind. In Peppa Pig World, and this is perfect for the younger children. It's fantastically themed, all Peppa Pig themed, and all of the rides here are wheelchair accessible. I've been on them all before, but this time we're going to go to something a little bit more thrilling. So you may be wondering why I didn't bring the Baytech, and we didn't think that it would really work here. It would be too much crowding, and it might not be wide enough, and not be able to get on the rides, but I'm actually thinking that it would be quite good here because the paths are quite wide. All I would have to do is like unhitch it before I got on a ride and have to leave it somewhere, which I'm not sure if I feel comfortable with that. But I think this would be a good place. It's not the biggest park, it's not like any of the Disney parks.
No, it's quite easy to get around manually, but
Yeah,
if you have one of those little aids, that would be really handy.
yeah, just take the pressure off you
Yeah.
and me. Okay, so now we're entering the Water Kingdom, ready to go through to the Lost Kingdom, and there's lots of like play areas and splashy bits,
Lockers.
lockers, food stalls over there, toilets, very important.
Doors are quite tough, aren't they?
All of the toilets that I used were spotlessly clean. Look. Right, we're going on Daisy's favourite ride now.
Oh, I'm so nervous! I'm so nervous!
I can't wait, so we're going to go up the exit here. Accessibility guide user wheelchair entrance, so that's great. They've got social distancing markers. Someone's already waiting. Let's go.
That's my worst fear. I hate those dinosaurs. Ugh. They're just like devils. Like, look at them. They look like devils.
Luckily they're extinct.
Yeah.
Before we came, we watched the 2 new Jurassic Parks, didn't we?
Like this. Here you
That boy
go.
had
Wake
the-
up. Here you go.
I saw that little girl on, and she came on
go.
with this.
So we found all the staff to be very friendly and very helpful, and when we were waiting at the exit they always came to help us and saw that we were there. With this ride, again, I was able to bring my wheelchair right up to the ride. You could get up and put your wheelchair in front of this ride, but I did a kind of cross transfer. Now this one was extremely tricky and I wouldn't recommend it for people with a higher up injury. My injury is quite low, but as you can see, these seats are like bucket seats, so you've kind of got to go up, over and down. And again, getting in is one thing, but getting out, ooh, you might be stuck there for a while.
Look at me, Jim. Hey, Daisy B, get ready. Oh, here we go. Not even fast, is it? Here it comes. Photo time.
God, I've gone so giddy. Here, Sean had to give me quite a bit of assistance and I really had to push hard. Luckily he's strong, so it's definitely something to bear in mind, to try and pull yourself out from that bucket position. But it was doable and the ride was super fun, but it didn't do my vertigo any favours.
Get out of here.
That
Let's get it.
was so fun though.
Let's get out of here. I don't know where they are.
That was so, yeah, that was so fun.
Get the exit, Danny. Thank you. Go again, you're the gatekeeper. Oh, can't get your wheelchair through there.
So I do kind of remember this from the last time we were here. The exit of the ride is not wide enough for the wheelchair, so then you have to go back out where people are queuing up with their wheelchairs. Luckily there was no queue, so we could go down. Really nice and clear, which I really like to see. It's nice and clear. There we go. We have come around the back of this ride to the exit, which is near the Dino chaser. So we're going to go up here now and hopefully embark the ride. So we're just going to go up to the ride, up the exit. We've let people come off the ride. Now we're going up and then we're going to wait for assistance there. Yeah, the Maytech would go up here, no worries.
Guys, managed to get you to wait in that section there for me.
Thank you. There we go. So wait here. He saw us, which is great.
GoPro's on the chest are fine. You won't be able to take that camera with you, alright?
It's alright, we're going to stick it in the bag.
Now before embarking this ride, they will ask you a couple of questions as to what you can and can't do. I have Sean with me, so he's always on hand to give me a fireman's lift. Now I was able to bring my wheelchair up to the ride, which is great again, and I found this one to be one of the easier ones. It's a relatively new ride, so it wasn't as low down as the Caterpillar ride, and there wasn't any awkward steps for me to have to get over. So it made transferring a lot easier and smoother.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
So you're going to be at the front and we're going to go back.
Yeah. Oh. So we go right back up to the top. Woo! It's pretty high. We're nearly there. Get ready. Here we go.
We're not ready!
You ready? Oh, we're back! I'm going to turn around and look at me, Daisy! I still don't like the going back. Still filming.
So it is a little low down, and I do find that if you put your legs out first, that makes it a lot easier. And Sean put his hands under my arms, which sort of helped as well. And then I was just able to plonk myself back in my wheelchair.
That was awesome. It does still make me feel a bit sick going backwards.
We've done the safari, we need to do the safari. Going on the dinosaur tour now, and the entrance for the disabled passengers is a little unclear, but we found it hidden away, and it's to the left of the main entrance to the ride down here. So this ride is quite cute. It's like a little dinosaur safari, and you go in these little jeeps, and you do need to transfer out of your wheelchair to get in, and it is tricky. I'm not gonna lie, it's a very small, narrow entrance there, as you can see, and I'm not particularly big, but it is hard kind of fumbling around with your legs to try and get in there. One good thing is it's not that low down. Look at this. See, look at
G'day guys, how's it going?
G'day mate, thank you.
Now these fellas that left, or ordered to Leicester, or they're
Again, because it's tight, it is quite tricky to get out. I found putting my legs out first was best for me, and Sean was able to try and bring the wheelchair up as close as possible, and then I just managed to plonk myself back in again. Behind me here is the live dinosaur encounter, which is so cool. There's like a little guy that comes out who's like a park ranger with a big sort of T-Rex kind of guy in a costume, but it's really, really good. We've done it before. And he comes out behind here and then kind of like pretends to eat all the crowd and stuff, but unfortunately, due to social distancing measures, he is not really be coming out today, and probably not for a while. Let's hope he's not extinct for long. So this is the Sky Swinger, which is great because you can get your wheelchair right up to the chairs. However, they do swing, so it's best to have someone to try and hold one of the chairs still and also push the bar up for you as well.
For this? So there's the wheelchair. Why? Whoa!
I got it.
Thanks, darling. What do you think to that, Days?
Obviously,
Good.
I love it.
Good. Get ready, here I come.
Hey Sean, we're here at Magma. We're waiting here at the exit. Someone luckily did come out and find us, but it was quite unclear as to where you're supposed to go. I think last time we were here we queued up like ninnies because it wasn't clear. But yeah, I really think they should have a little sign here. But yeah, she came out and she said she's going to get us on the next one.
Those are the height things over there.
Height things over there. Thank you. Whoa.
We'll go over the side of it.
Well, this is going to be a tricky one.
Okay, so you've got to get up to there, so
It's like that.
what are you going to do? And I'll just assist you.
So Magma is very tricky, one of the hardest ones because the seats are up so high. So Sean had to sort of lift me up into the seats there.
That one that went when your legs dangle.
And then just mind your hat for me.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. Hey. You ready for this?
Daddy, by the way, it fits.
No, it doesn't, does it? No, it doesn't. Wow, that's quite a view. I want to. Better. No! Oh, that made me go. Did you get Mummy's camera dying? You alright? Hey? Are you alright?
No.
No, why?
I feel really bad.
Do you?
Okay, so getting out of this one is not as tricky because gravity's on your side, if that
Cool.
makes any sense. So I was able just to fall into my chair with the help of Sean. Oh no.
Come on.
That was not for me.
Really?
She really didn't like that. When she got down, when we were slowly landing, she was like this. And then with that mask, she was just like, it was so funny.
Still Mummy.
Oh my god.
That was not good.
You're gonna be
Really? I thought that was the easiest one. What was wrong with it?
I need to lay on the floor or something.
Why? What was it?
I don't know, it wasn't good for my constitution.
Oh, really?
This ride is not suitable for people who suffer with vertigo or motion sickness, so I really shouldn't have ridden this one. It ruined me. Now I feel sufficiently sick. Oddly enough, I feel like I need something to eat to kind of settle my stomach. And here are
You're
some...
going to be like a volcano with magma coming out soon.
No. So I think we're going to stop and have something to eat. And there's some really nice gardens and picnic areas that you can stop in. And there are some outdoor food kiosks that you can buy food from. Of the park, there are lovely gardens and aviaries and nature trails to walk as well, if the rides are not your thing. Oh dear, I've just come to have a look at the history of Paultons Park, which is in this like log cabin thing behind me, but there's actually no access. There's 3 big steps up and no ramp. So I guess we'll never know. Another slight accessibility issue with this is up in this log cabin there are 2 television screens that are explaining the history of Paultons Park, and they are just silent boards that you have to read, so that's not very good for the visually impaired or blind people. Anyway, Sean and Daisy are going on this log flume ride, and I think you have to walk up a couple of steps to get onto it, and also the ride doesn't stop. It's a continuous moving ride, and I just thought it was too tricky for me, so I'm going to sit this one out and hopefully settle my stomach ready for some more rides.
Daisy. Ah! Oh! That was fun. Jump out.
This next ride is the Cobra, which is a very old-fashioned roller coaster, very rickety. It very much reminds me of the Dino whirl, I think it is, in Animal Kingdom, which I think has been shut down now. As you can see, the exit to this ride was not as steep and the path is wider. I was able to take my wheelchair right up to the ride door, and this one is very similar to the caterpillar ride that you saw previously, although it was slightly easier. Still quite low down, but it didn't have that step in the way like the caterpillar ride did, so I was able to get in, and I don't think it was as low as the caterpillar ride either.
Sick of the dog, aren't ya? Just pull yourself together to get off. Suck it in, through the nose, out the mouth, through the nose. Can you get Mummy's camera and coat when I give them to you?
Yeah.
Oh, my hat.
Unfortunately, no handy transfer board, but I did plonk myself on the side of the car and then shuffle across onto my wheelchair, which made it a little bit easier.
Thank you. How was that, Jem? Okay, darling.
I can't talk. Don't know why. No.
You going there today? I forgot about the picture. What do you think, Jem?
Okay, so luckily this ride isn't suitable for people with disabilities. Even if I wanted to go on it, I couldn't. I just feel so motion sickness at the moment. I don't know why. I think it's because you're in like a half-seated position, so maybe it's not suitable in that respect. But also they haven't built any ramps up to the ride either. I have a free pass. I should have been all out for it. So it's pretty wet and miserable outside and cold, so we've come to seek shelter in the gift shop, which is awesome. Look at this. Oh my god, they're amazing. This one's called Gemma.
Is it?
Yes. That is it for our Paultons Park adventure. We've had so much fun, haven't we, Daisy?
Yes.
Yes, we've had so much fun, and as you can see, I've been able to get on nearly everything here. So, as a wheelchair user and a good family fun day out, I would definitely give this an 8 out of 10.
Excellent.
many more fun rides at Paultons Park that we didn't get time to ride. A lot of them are more geared towards the smaller children. A lot of them are wheelchair accessible. However, there are a handful which aren't. So definitely check that before you book. However, all of the rides, as I said, in the Peppa Pig world are wheelchair accessible.